Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Room teach well. Peace, love, salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you the Spirit with another lesson. And I pray I hope this lesson is edifying. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. This precept right here, Ecclesiastes 12:3, it says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened." You see, the jobs in America and the cash flow in America is slowing down. You're not getting work, and you're not making money the way you used to. And a lot of people are feeling it, especially these women out here. Things are progressively getting worse and worse. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video and let y'all listen to this woman who is experiencing these hard times. And she's a married woman with children, and she's going through it. And this is going to be the case for a lot of people in America now and in the future. All right, so without further ado,
check this video out with me, family.
So, anybody thinking about moving to this country, or anybody living here now, I would highly suggest rethinking your plans.
Now you hear her, she's saying anybody that is moving to this country, you should rethink it, because America is falling, and I'm going to get that in just a moment.
I mean, everybody saw the debate. Oh, this country's so shit. I know. It's a beautiful voice. It's so incredibly hard here. Pay $2,100 a month for rent. Can't get a loan for a house because of credit. Try to get a loan to pay off all of our debt, but can't do that because you don't have the credit. Can't afford a $1,600 home loan, but we can afford a $2,100 rent payment. We have to move because our landlord is selling her house, and everywhere is $2,400, $2,500. Some places are $3,000 for rent. It is so hard to breathe living here. And my state is one of the cheaper states.
Let me just grab a precept. So this is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken, and all the nations have drinking of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad." So the United States, the Lord used the United States to, intoxify the rest of the nations with these philosophies. And now the sins of this place, the wickedness of Babylon, has gone up to the Lord, and now he's bringing this place down. Okay, I got another one for you. This is Revelation 18. It's not the one that I want. We get it in the New King James, but this is Revelation 18, and Revelation 18:1, and it says, "And I saw these things, and I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having a great authority, and the earth was illuminated with his glory. And he cried mighty with a loud voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and has become the dwelling place of demons, and a prison for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. For the nations have drunk of her wine. For all the nations have drank of her wine. For all the nations have drank of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth have become rich through the abundance of her luxuries. Now, you see, so the Lord has allowed this place to perpetuate itself throughout the world for the purpose of bringing all of the other nations down, right? And Babylon has fallen, and this is why you're seeing people like this woman right here, who's on here crying, because now you're not getting the American dream anymore. Okay, the cup is passing over to the Edomites, but it's not just going to be the Edomites. It's going to be 2/3 of our people too that's going to get this. That's going to get this judgment. All right, it's not just people like her that's having this hard time, and she could be a Jake, you know. But this is about to sweep the country. All right, and this is about to happen sooner than later. You know, this ain't gonna be no 30, 40 years. You're talking about in months before the dollar completely collapses and we go into all-out war. The Neuralink is already a thing. The RFID microchip is already a thing. So it's just a matter of time before that goes off fully. And when that does, then you're gonna see all hell break loose like never before in the history of mankind. All right. So what do you see right now? You see her crying. Right, because Babylon has fallen. All right.
We're not okay. It's hard being a parent. It's hard keeping your kids safe. It's hard keeping a roof over our head at this point because everything costs an arm and a leg. Groceries are $1,000 a month. Got 3 growing boys, and they each had a house and home. So if anybody knows anywhere to live that doesn't cost $2,400 a month for rent, that allows you to have pets. I have a service dog, and our youngest dog has been with us for 9 years. He'll be 9 in September. And my cat. Can't go in without my cat.
Nah, and then, you know, the reason why things are so high is because it is thick clay. So I'm just going to grab that real quick. I think it's in Habakkuk later. Yeah, it's Habakkuk 2:6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? You see, so America, Babylon had increased these things that weren't theirs. You know, they took and they took and they took, right? And now, you know, hey, the chickens have come home to roost, so to speak. You see? You can't go out and inflate the currency and do the things that have been being done in America, okay, in Babylon the Great, and think that it's not going to come back to bite you later on. Okay, it's coming back to bite America because the citizens were complacent and they were duplicit in the destruction of the other nations and destruction of especially the Israelites. Okay. Y'all just sit back and watch. So everybody's about to be affected by this collapse that's about to happen all across the world. It's not just going to be, you know, here in America, but America's going to get the brunt of it because America has taken on massive, massive debt through the Federal Reserve. And now the citizens are being affected because it takes more dollar to buy the same shit. So the Babylon the Great has completely fallen. Okay. And it says, and say, how long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. And that word clay goes into debt. And that's exactly where America is. America is in substantial amount of debt. And all of this debt is being passed on to the citizens. And the citizens now, you know, it's less food and less resources in the stores. Okay. It's not as many jobs as it once was because you got all these places closing. So there is a lot going on right now in Babylon. Okay, it's happening all over America. Okay, it's not just in certain areas. Certain areas are getting hit more than others. Slovakia, I gotta roll down my windows. Some areas are getting hit more than harder than others, because they have a better economy within their state. But eventually, every state that uses the FRNs is going to fully feel the brunt of what's happening with the money. And it's because, you know, America is crumbling. America's falling apart. This is not the place that the dream that you thought that you once had here in America is not it. It's actually, you know, I believe the word America goes into bitter, you know. So this American dream actually turned out to be a nightmare, and now people starting to wake up from it and call themselves woke. But that ain't gonna save you. It's gonna continue to get worse and worse and worse until finally this thing just completely collapses and it's all hell. All right, and I'm gonna grab one more precept and I'm gonna close out on that. I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, and I think it's around the 15th verse, and it says, "For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another with swords in their hands." And it says, "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings and their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's going to happen because there's not going to be any food out here, and the people are going to start to buck up against these draconian laws. You go in the book of Job, it says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits, and every hand of the wicked should come upon him." And the wicked are talking about the working class people. Okay, people are gonna buck up. All right, and I'm gonna continue to I'm gonna go down a little bit, and it says, a man, verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread and for great tribulation." That tribulation is here. We're just seeing the beginning of it, and things are going to get so incredibly bad that you're going to literally see people eating dead bodies off the ground because there ain't going to be no food. All right, if you're not being eaten yourself, you know. But hey, get ready, because things are going to get increasingly worse as things progress and we get further and further into this. So with that, you know, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Rakal Kadosh. Shalom.